My dad told me it's not about what you do to get somewhere, it's who you become to get to that place. In business, for example, I'm in business, right? You have to be nice, you have to be humble, gentle. You have to also know when something is fair or not. Some people always try to take advantage of you, and you gotta know when the limit is crossed. That's what gets you to places. Also, some people, you know, they wanna save money, but they don't think about making more money. I don't usually do haircuts because I have no time, but this is really, really like helpful, you know?
Oh, of course, my man, I feel you. Dave Blano, Dave Blano, Dave Blano. How you doing, my man?
Good, and you?
I'm doing blessed, thank you, man. Today we're ready to do a good transformation, right?
Yeah, of course. Look at my hair.
And also a good conversation on top of it. Of course, man.
Of course.
All right, my man. So, is it your first time doing a house call, my guy?
I did it once in my apartment, never in my office.
Okay.
So it's a bit different, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Do you feel like it's more comfortable to be, you know, in your private place actually?
I stay a lot.
Your working place.
I stay a lot at the office. Sometimes I stay very late.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how can I say this? I think that it's like now I'm kind of used to it because before I didn't have I wasn't used to having an office. You know, I was at the apartment and I used to do my things over there. So this is like it's like my apartment now.
Okay,
you know?
yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta treat your business like home, right?
Yeah, like home, of course.
Gonna push you
very
more.
Very cozy, as you can see.
Yo, really, my man. Yo, really, really, really. All right. So we're gonna go with the burst fade mullet vibe.
Yeah, it's the first time
something
I'm doing.
New for you?
Yeah, something new. It's the first time I'm doing it. But I was like, you know, at the end of the day, hair grows, and
gotta try something new sometimes.
Yeah, if you don't try, you don't know, right?
Yeah, you don't know. Plus,
it's very interesting, you know, how life works. Because, you know, me, I'm a believer in God.
Yeah, 100%.
And, you know, so far, the past years, I've been meeting very interesting people. Very good people, actually.
Great, man.
And I used to see your videos sometimes, you know, very motivating.
Appreciate you, man.
Very interesting. Even the way you talk is like calming, you know?
Yeah. Oh, thank you, man.
And how we met is just like, you know, it doesn't really
that was
make
really
sense.
Random.
Very random.
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember, man. I was in Vogue Hotel, right?
Yeah, the Vogue Hotel.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, Vogue Hotel. We started talking. Very smooth conversation. Time went very fast.
Really?
And now you're here.
Man. But actually, what pushes you to take my services of private barbering?
I mean, I wanted to have a conversation with you, obviously. You're very busy, I'm very busy.
Yeah, exactly.
And again, as I said, you have a very calming voice.
Appreciate it.
So, you know, this is like, for me, it's like a spa, you know? It's very relaxing. I have a few questions for you as well. Because it's not always about business. Sometimes it's also about life.
Yeah, 100%.
You know? And I think that you have a lot of knowledge that you can give me.
100%.
And maybe I can teach you something too.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we dare to exchange, so.
Yeah. And obviously, you know, like a lot of my friends, they cut their hair with you. And and they're very satisfied as well. So
that's blessed, man.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna hook me up like a crazy haircut, you know?
100%. So Dave, talk to me about how did you start your business and who are you, what are you doing, and what is your passion as well? Talk to me about you.
I'm Dave Blano. Started this business, which is GML Jewelers now.
That's great.
I started it like 6 years ago. And the goal was, you know, to help people out to get, you know, great watches, very hard watches to come by. And first of all, amazing service, you know, trustable service, which in my game is very, very, very hard, you know, to get the right piece for the right price, to make sure it's authentic, you know, all those good things. And I started to notice with time that I was knowing a lot of people, you know, lawyers, doctors,
Great.
police officers,
Great.
you know, CEOs of big companies, which I'm not really going to mention more about it.
Yeah.
But even restaurant owners. And it was just very, very nice to get to know more people in Montreal, USA, and places like that. So that's what I really like, you know, to get to know people, have conversations, learn a little bit, and at the same time, hook up great deals.
100%. And how did you start your business?
How did I start my
how
business?
How did everything start?
It was a little bit before COVID.
Okay, so it's kind of new in a way.
I was, so basically, I dropped out of school and I was lost for 2 years. My dad was, he owns multiple businesses.
Okay.
And he's very, you know, straightforward with me. And he told me, listen, you know, you gotta do something, because if you don't, like, you know, like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
right?
what are you gonna do? Exactly.
So I was thinking for 2 years, didn't go out, didn't do anything. Even my hair was very long, beard very long. I started to fall a little bit into like, not a depression, but something, you know, like a lot of in my thoughts.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and that's when I was like, you know what? Let me just take this money that I have saved up, invest it in something good, which at the time was watches, because I met someone that was very, you know, nice with me to teach me the knowledge about the watches.
To teach you the game, yeah.
Exactly, and that's about it. You know,
That's
I
great,
just started flipping them and knowing people and getting into it, right?
Yeah, I love the fact that you open up about you being in a depression, right? Because there's a lot of people going through it and they don't even know like how to get out of it and also how to just be a better person, right? And you did it. And what helped you the most in that journey to overcome that depression that you've been through?
I think it's very easy. You know, if you find yourself in a lost position, what you gotta do first of all is, you know, just take action. You know, whatever comes to your mind, whatever it is, whatever idea. There's no perfect idea.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? If it's to work somewhere, if it's to, you know, get into sales, learn something. You know, you want to learn a new language.
Yeah.
You want to learn a sport.
Yeah.
Just get to it.
100%.
And just start doing it and try to be the best at it.
100%.
You know, that's what got me out of my room, basically, because I was in my room for 2 years, bro. Trust me. Yeah,
in your room for 2 years.
Yeah, just, you know, walking around, thinking what I could do, what I could not do. And those are 2 years that I lost.
Yeah.
You know? But sometimes in life, I think it's important to take a break. Very important.
100%. Yeah. So, you're right. Because that break will help you a lot to come back and just, you know, to do exactly what you have to do.
Of course. No, of course. You're right. What about you?
What about me?
What made you start, you know, talking with people? Because, how can I say this? There's a lot of lost people, you know? What made you try to understand those people, try to help them out, you know? What got you here?
Yo, honestly, my man, you know when you're going through certain things, certain experience in life, and you realize that you only have yourself, right? And you realize that you can't rely on nobody, because unfortunately, there's nobody to listen and to give you achievable steps to overcome the blockage and whatever the trauma you're going through. And I had to face reality brutally, bro. Yeah, to realize that, damn, I only have myself.
Yeah.
And realizing that pushes me to understand people even more. Because now I was like, okay, if I've been through it, that's the reason why I was thinking the way I was thinking. I was acting the way I was acting. What about people? So talking to my clients, doing their haircuts, it was like, are you going through something? So let's talk about that. And I was really like the kind of like psychologist type of barber, you know. Oh, how can I help you with this? How can I help you with that? And they were like, bro, I'm cool, I'm chill, bro.
I don't
need
anything.
Bro. I don't need anything, right? So I realized that my approach was too drastic. So I was like, okay, let me be more of like
because you saw the problem and you wanted to address it.
Yeah.
But people don't like to be addressed.
Exactly.
You know? People want to, you know.
They don't like to face the reality.
Exactly. Yeah,
and that's the saddest part, right? I had to face the reality because it was too brutal, bro. I was like, no, I can't stay in that position. I have to overcome it. So what can I do to overcome it? I have to face it. So I was like, okay, what is the trigger that most people go to? Is that they can't face the reality. So obviously they're never gonna go out of the position they are, and you face it, and that's the reason why you're in the position you are, right? The same way I did it. So that's the reason why, you know, I started coaching people. I was like, bro, there's a gap in the society, which is true help.
Yeah.
I don't have nothing against psychologists, but you know, it's more of a system thing.
Of course.
And I took the life coaching path because it's someone that will help you with achievable steps to overcome your problem. No medication, no nothing, just real life.
I like where this is going.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I think
it goes
the same
really
thing.
deep. There you go,
I
my
think
man.
the same thing. I think that, you know how many messages I receive on my personal account and on my business account of young people trying to, you know, just start something. They don't know where to start. They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You know, they go to school and school pushes you I'm not against school.
Yeah.
School is very good. But it pushes you very fast to take a decision.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
like you finish high school, what are you gonna do next?
Stress.
Where do you go? You know,
Yeah.
stress.
Exactly.
People go to college and then they enter a program that they don't necessarily like.
Yo, that's the craziest part. Yeah, 99% of the time I'm asking people, why are you going to college?
If you don't know what you want to do.
They're like, yeah, exactly.
Society.
And most of them don't even know what they want to do. They just do it because that's the next step, right?
Because
You
people
go,
do it, and that's when.
you go to high school, and then you go to college, and then you go to university, and these are the steps to be successful with school, right? And I'm against that, but at the same time, the same way you say it, it's good when you have a vision, right? You want to be a lawyer, you want to be a teacher, you know, you have to go through those steps. But when you don't have no vision, it's like, what are you going to do here? It's just going to drag you and keep you in the same position.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I think that especially, you know, in Montreal, what I've noticed is people don't help each other out. Everybody's too stressed, too focused on multiple different things.
Yeah.
And there's no like real brotherhood. There's no real friendship. You know, if you have more than someone, he's gonna like, you know, not want you to be successful. And that's why, you know, a lot of people are lost too, because how can I say this? If there's no like someone with experience that's gonna be around you to teach you what to do or to tell you, you know, what's the next step, where are you gonna go, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that was the main thing with me. I had a lot of friends in high school that they all saw that I was, you know, doing my thing, being focused, and they all basically like, you know, like threw me away, right? And then that's what got me into, you know, being 2 years alone, not knowing where to go, what to do. I dropped out of school. And as you said, you have to, you know, face it to get out of it.
100%.
And definitely that's a good advice. I think we should teach some people, right? Because there's these young kids that are like, I don't know, 18 years old, you know, 20 years old. They see all these materialistic things on TikTok, on Instagram and stuff, and they get depressed.
Yeah, 100%.
They're like, why am I not there? Why am I not doing so good in life? And also that's one thing that I wanted to ask you. You know, because in life also persistency and discipline is very important.
Really important.
How do you manage that? How do you manage to be disciplined? Because I see that you go to the gym all the time. You know, you have a great shape, obviously.
100%. Thank you, my man.
And how do you manage to be, you know, disciplined? How do you manage to do what you don't want to do? You know, like me too, I do what I don't want to do. You know, I don't want to stay at the office late.
Yeah, 100%.
What can you tell to the people?
I would say you have to ask yourself how bad you want it, and then ask yourself what sacrifice that you have to do to gain the prize or the results you want to gain. And once you ask yourself that question, obviously the answer is to work harder, to do things that you don't want to do.
To show up.
To show up, right? And once you tapped in with that, it's like not doing it, it's like lying to yourself. And once you like stick that in your brain, it goes like, I don't want to do that. And that little voice comes and tell you that, oh, you're being lazy right now. You're neglecting yourself right now. You're lying to yourself right now because you said you wanted to be successful. And now you're not walking like a successful person. So you basically don't want to be successful in reality. Basically, that's the math, right? So it's like, understanding that you have to implement a new mindset, a new way of thinking in order to get the results you're looking for.
Yeah.
Right? It's to change that mind frame completely
Yeah.
and to think differently, but to get results.
And I like when you say that because my dad, he told me, it's not about what you do to get somewhere, it's who you become to get to that place.
Wonderful.
Right? And I started to notice it, in business, for example, I'm in business, right? You have to be nice, you have to be humble, gentle, but you have to also know when something is fair or not.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people always try to take advantage of you, and you gotta know when the limit is crossed, right? And that's what gets you to places. For example, also some people, they want to save money, but they don't think about making more money.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So it's things like that when you start to shift in your head, that's what gets you further.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
One thing I do, usually at the beginning of the year, by mid-year, and by the end of the year, I always put myself goals. For example, for 2026, I put it myself little things that are not really, like crazy.
Yeah.
For example, I bought a charm for my bag.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
I
a
saw
little
it.
lobster, nothing interesting. But it was one of my goals because I wanted that charm since November, since it's dropped.
Okay.
And I put it on my list of like my wish list of what I want to accomplish for 2026, for example.
Yeah, yeah.
And you have to do it.
Yeah, you have
to see that list every day and see what you haven't checked, Because if you don't, then you don't know where you're going, you don't know what you're doing. And it's the same thing for a car, for a house, for a business.
For everything.
You want to upgrade your personal branding. You have to, you have to set yourself goals and just do them throughout the year. And I'm pretty sure you do something similar.
Yeah, 100%. And it's interesting that you're talking about it because I was like, some people think that it's just about setting goals mentally. It's like, oh, I want to be that person. I want to be in that position. I want this. I want that. But if you don't have that list, if you don't have that catalog of things that you really want, right? That vision board. If you don't have it, you're never going to be able to attract it because you don't manifest it properly, right?
Manifestation is something, bro. That's a deep conversation that I can talk about.
Let's go, my man. I love it.
That's an amazing point you brought up. I believe that manifestation is real, but it's not a law like people say, in my opinion. I think that when you say something and you don't do it, it also doesn't happen, right? You have to actually put the work to get to what you say,
100%.
right? And bro, manifestation, when I think about it, it just gives me chills because because for example, let's put this in this perspective. I got a ticket once, okay? Because whatever reason.
Yeah.
And I was, it was my first time I was going to court to contest it.
Okay.
And I was a bit afraid because talking about a judge, it's a lot of respect, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So before I went to sleep, my mom, she came and saw me and she was like, you know what, don't be afraid. Just imagine in your head and say it, that you're going to win the ticket, that you're going to contest it. I love it. Right? And that you're going to win and everything's going to be all right.
Yeah.
And before I went to sleep, I was just imagining, that I contested it and I won.
Yeah.
Right? It's as silly as that.
Yeah.
And the next day, I won and I won it.
You won it.
And it was an impossible ticket. I'm not going to say what it was about, but it was an impossible ticket to contest, right?
100%.
So that's the same thing with life. When I was younger, I always used to say, I'm going to have a very nice car and I'm going to have a nice office. And I'm going to be, selling watches to very important people.
100%.
And I just, started to work through it and still, thinking about it, and it just happened. 100%. But what made the difference is that I showed up,
You showed up,
I showed up every day. I did something different every day. And I think that's how manifestation works.
You put the action.
You put the action. Because if you don't put the action, you're never going to get there.
There you go. And that's my recipe when it comes to manifesting things, right? It's you need the word, you need the intention, you need the emotion, and the action. Once you have this recipe, it's impossible for your manifestation to not work. Because, by example, your ticket, you wanted to win it, so you put all your intention inside of it, your emotion. I don't want to lose it, right? You put your words to the universe, and then you put the action to show up and to actually keep manifesting, even in the place, right? And then to win.
And that's crazy because it's something that works for everything.
For everything.
For everything. There's
Everything.
nothing is impossible,
Nothing.
as they say.
Yep,
You know?
exactly.
If you put your mind to it, you're gonna get there. It's for sure. It's inevitable, as they say, right? What do you think, you know, about, you know, people that are not going through, you know, that are not in the right place? You know, I don't know if you felt it one day, you know, that you see someone that's doing good and you feel happy for them, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're like, why is it not happening to me now?
Yeah.
You know, why is it not my time? Why is it not my turn? Till when do I have to be patient to get there too? You know, what do you think about that?
I mean, it's really natural to look at someone else and to be like, oh, why this person has that and not me? It's too easy to think like that. It's like saying that, okay, I would just stay lazy instead of going to work. It's the same concept. Looking at someone and to be like, oh, why he have that and not me, and oh, he have this and not me. It's as easy to do as staying lazy instead of going to work.
Yeah.
Right. So what changed my mind when I was in that position is asking myself, how can I hate or even think about this person have this and not me since I didn't work for it? Nah, this person is working hard. This person do some sacrifices that I never tried.
This person also knows something I don't know.
There you go. That's a really
mean?
interesting point. Yeah, 100%.
Right.
So the deeper you go, the deeper you realize that there's just a recipe that I never applied that this person applied and to get the results that they have.
And as a person, because I want to get to know you more, you know, I've invited you. We never concorded in times because we're busy.
I know you invited me.
I've wanted to go eat with you and
100%.
talk with you, you know, this and that. How do you approach those people if you get the chance to approach those people, you know, as successful people and people that are in the position you want to be in?
I would say I approach them in an organic way, you know, to make them see who I am. Because I know who I am. I know Nick damn well, and I know Nick has good intention. He stand on good frequencies, and he got a good energy, right? So I just show up the way I have to show up, presenting myself as the person that I am, and also talking about what I do as well. Because if I'm there beside you, talking to you, is because you have something interesting that I want to know more about. I want to connect with for certain reason. And the same way, I want you to see what you can earn
The
from
transaction.
me. Exactly. But it's I would say a human transaction.
A human transaction, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not like something physical. It's more of like, it have to match. The energy have to match because you're looking for something, I look for something. You're genuine, I'm genuine. So why not just connecting together? So if I cross by someone that, you know, that is really a high value, then I'm like, oh, I really want to connect with that person. I'll have that approach, right? So the conversation will be my first option.
Has it happened to you that you get declined in a sort of way?
It happened to me that I didn't, the person didn't value me. The person saw me as a regular person, you know? It was more of like, oh, nice to meet you. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, you're a life coach in the barber? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I love what you do. Okay. I gotta go, man. Not even taking my contact or none like that. Not even asking me my name. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, it hits.
All right, bro.
But that pushes you to work even harder.
Yeah, 100%.
And be like, why did this person, you know, it's not always about you, the problem. Some people are just, you know, mean or whatever, they're not respectful, right? Or some people are actually very busy and they don't have time.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you know, that pushes you to be like, you know what, like I need to be better. I need to be better. I need to do more
100%.
and always more.
100%.
That's another question I have for you.
Let's go.
That's a very important question.
Let's go.
Are you ever gonna have enough?
Damn, that's a good one.
When is enough?
I will never have enough. And I will never feel like having enough. And I think that's the reason why I go so hard, bro.
Yeah. I'm asking you tough questions because I want to know how you think.
That's a fucking good one.
You know?
Yeah. I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah, how I see things is, you know, how I started to see things. And that's going to get me to another subject we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Enough, you know? What's enough? I think that, like, you're never going to get to enough because that's what keeps you alive.
That's what?
keeps you alive. You know?
100%.
If you stop working, if you stop doing everything, if you sit on a chair.
It's like being comfortable.
Yeah, but at the same time, what's next? Like, you have to do something in life. You have to bring something good to people too.
100%.
You know?
100%.
For example, me, how I was thinking things is, you know, I want to get retired earlier. You know, I want to have kids, I want to have a family, this, that, you know?
Yeah.
But then I started talking with someone that's very successful. And I told him, hey, I asked him the same exact question.
Yeah.
I said, hey, when is going to be enough, right? This guy, he sold his company, $230 million.
Oof. Yeah, that's a lot of money, bro.
He has kids, he has a wife. His kids are so young, they're like 17 years old, 16 years old.
Okay, yeah.
Each of them have 50 doors to their name.
Damn.
You know?
Yeah.
And I asked him, when is enough for you? He's like, it's almost 70. And he told me, you know what? This is what keeps me alive. You know? I'm never going to stop working. He said, I'm probably going to stop working when I'm like, you know, in a bed at the hospital, about to die, right? But he said that that's what motivates him. And it's not only about the money or only about the business, you know. Some people genuinely, you know, for example, a doctor. I met a doctor today too, right? He sold us a watch. He's, you know, very old. I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't know how to say it, you know, like, you know. And he's still working, right? And he has a family and stuff, and he seems very happy to do it.
Okay.
Right? So that's why I wanted to know when is enough for you, and you told me that, you know, maybe there's never enough.
Yeah.
So maybe there's never enough for me too, you know?
I was about to, you know, ask you the same question. So the answer is it's never enough for you too.
No, I guess that's what keeps you alive. You know, there's never an ending. Maybe the real ending might be that, yeah, because even that, you don't even accomplish all your goals maybe.
Exactly.
You eventually have more goals and more goals and more goals.
Always.
It's crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, it's crazy when you think about it, for real.
Yeah.
It's never enough. We always look for more. We always want more.
Is there a reason why you do, usually your videos, you do them, you know, in a darker shade, you know, more
I love
for the aesthetics?
Yeah, I love when the intention is on my face and what I say.
Okay.
Not on the environment, right? For example, right now, we really want to take the aesthetic of the place, you know, and also we want people to feel like wide open when they look at the video, right? So, but when it comes to like short forms or stuff like that, or a really direct message, I love when the spotlight is on my face and you just see me speaking, expressing, and you see all the facial expression in my face. You see that I don't bullshit what I say, you know, it's real. Because, by example, telling a lie in front of a camera, it's kind of uncomfortable. You know, it's like you're actually lying and looking at the camera, it's uncomfortable.
Being behind the camera sometimes is uncomfortable.
Right.
You know?
So imagine lying behind the camera, right? So when you just speak what you have to speak about in front of the camera, it's just fluid and people can see in your face that you're actually not lying with what you say. Someone that is really deep into like body language and stuff like that can actually take the time and being like, okay, he's dead ass with what he's saying. So I really put the emphasis over that. I want people that have a mindset and that really think for, right? I want them to look at my content and to be like, okay, he's saying something really valuable.
Yeah.
You know?
What got you into doing videos?
It's been a long time.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's been a long time, bro.
What was your thought when you started?
That's a good question, bro. Because I've been doing videos since 2027.
2027?
Yeah.
2017.
2027.
Whoa, 2027.
Whoa, we're four.
So you started in 2017. And you didn't have a clear idea.
No, I didn't have no clear idea. For me, it was just doing content for barbering. So I started to do some content about like, oh guys, if you need a haircut, blah, 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 let me know. I'll be free this time to this time, promoting myself, right? And after that, I've ended up to be really comfortable talking about my service. So it was more of like, guys, if you want something, go get it. Bro, it started in 2017, my man. You know, I started to like motivate people, and I called this concept the Wavyworld, actually, which is the biggest concept that I'm still working on till this day, right? And I started to do some videos on my public story, you know, motivating people, and I had a lot of hate, bro. A lot.
A lot of hate? No.
A lot.
You can't be, you're
Bro.
not a, bro, how can people hate you like that? That doesn't make sense.
Bro, I was actually, for myself, I was really,
That's what I'm telling you about Montreal.
yeah, exactly, 100%, bro. And I was really confused because I was like, bro, I'm doing so much good for my people.
You're
How
working
can-
hard.
Yeah, I work hard. I do house calls, and on top of it, like, I do my 100% to give game for free on my Snapchat.
Of course.
Right. So I end up to be really petty with what I did. I did a private story on Snapchat, and I said, if you want to be a part of it, pay me $15 per month. Some people went like, yo, Wavy, yeah, I want to be in a private, EMT. Phew, phew, phew. So I was like, okay, some people really want to listen to me. So I stopped the post on my public story, and I started to post on the private story. And then people were like, yo, thank you very much for the advices and stuff like that. I was really like, I was not even professional, right? I was really like, oh, get your ass up, like do this, do that, like come on, like stop being a, you know, just do what you have to do. And at some point, my man, I've realized that if I'm doing it in my private story is because I don't want to be buttered by the haters. So I need to be more confident and to just do it. Because at the end of the story, it's not about me, it's about them and them reflecting on themselves and on their traumas and behaviors and, you know, all their bad things and bad energy on me because they see me doing something that they don't do. So I was like, okay. So, in fact, I have to post more on my public story and to show them more about what I have into my brain, right?
Yeah.
So that's how it started.
Are you satisfied with what you've built so far?
Oh, 100%, man.
Yeah?
100%. I've built a strong community, you know, the Wavyworld, like I told you. It's a concept that I'm still building, like I told you, of an ecosystem online where I push my community to be the best version of themselves through coaching, giving barbering classes and stuff like that, you know. But before launching that project, I really want people to see my coaching skills. I really want people to value my coaching skills. So that's the reason why when you told me what you told me yesterday, I was like, wow, thank you, Dave. You told me word for word that you want people to know me for the person that I am and not only for barbering. I was like, shit, I'm working so hard for this shit, man. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Actually, thank you, bro.
Of course, because, you know, people that think like you, you know, let's be straight,
Yeah.
you know, regardless of cameras or whatever,
Yeah,
you know.
100%.
Since we met, you know, we bonded,
Yeah.
we talked, and then we talked, and then we talked. And then when somebody was looking for something, you know, like a watch or something, you sent it to me.
100%.
And I even told you, hey, bro, let me get you, you know,
Yeah.
like something on the side for you.
Yeah.
You were like, no.
Yeah.
It's all yours.
Yeah.
You work hard for it.
Yeah.
It's your, do your thing.
100%.
And I'm like, bro, this guy's crazy. Like, he doesn't care. Like, in other words, he doesn't give a fuck, you know? And that's why I was like, you know, let's go to the restaurant. Let's talk, you know? I saw your videos and I was like, bro, like this guy's just like talking real things that I know about.
Yeah.
And that unfortunately I can't really share on my social media because, you know, I sell watches,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I feel you.
Watches and soon jewelry, right?
Okay.
Yeah, soon
interesting,
jewelry because other people
interesting.
have been asking.
Yeah.
So I can't really mix, you know, the real world and the spiritual things and stuff. But when I have clients coming in here, I talk with them. And some clients, they say, oh, I'm going through a breakup, you know, or oh, I'm getting married, or oh, this, that. And that's how I learn a lot about people, right? So that's why I was like, you know, Wavy is somebody that I'm very interested in knowing. You know, usually I don't beg
Yeah.
to
I
get
see
to
it.
have
Yeah.
a conversation with
But
people.
no, we good.
Yeah, but with you it was very, very interesting and very good impression.
Yeah.
You're a gentleman, you know,
Thank you, my man.
and I think that you went through probably
Yeah.
you know heavy things,
Heavy.
right? And the fact that you overcome or however we say overcame those things,
Yeah.
it's just like motivating. You know?
Thank you, my man.
So that's why I told you what I told you yesterday.
Yeah,
We're not gonna
100%.
say everything, right? It's a secret between you and I. But
100%.
yeah.
That was a smooth conversation, bro.
Yeah, of course.
Nah, bro, for real, I was like, damn.
That's why you came.
My closest friends, I mean, that I cut their hair since years, never told me that, bro. I was like, what? Okay, so I have to re-question myself on, do these people really value me for real? Because Dave does, He do.
And we haven't even like went out or
There
chilled
you
like
go.
that.
So
right?
imagine if, right?
Yeah.
So
That's
good,
what I
my
was
man.
telling you when
100%.
God, you know, I always talk about God. That's why I was always telling you that when God wants something for you, He puts those people in there, you know, like
100%.
it's God's timing,
Yeah.
and He presents you the right people to bring it to the right places, right? It's the same thing with everything. I mean, you know, He puts you bad people around so you can learn,
Yeah.
puts you good people around so you can get further.
100%.
And I think that we're now creating a nice friendship, and I hope that next time we're gonna go to the gym.
Oh yeah, we definitely will go to the gym, my man.
I've been lacking on the gym. I'm not gonna lie.
Since when? When's the last time you did? You went to the gym?
I think last time I went to the gym was 6 months ago.
6 months.
Yeah.
So basically, the last time you went to the gym, I actually saw that specific story you did. Yeah, actually, you took a picture of
A wrist shot.
Yeah, I think it was root beer.
Probably.
Yeah, probably, right?
Full gold root beer.
100%, exactly. I was like, oh, that watch looked really good. And I saw the gym. I was like, okay, he's locked in.
Because the gym. No, yeah, I was trying to lock in, and I don't want to say excuses. That's
Yeah.
another thing. I think that in life, there's no excuses. All right? I don't go to the gym because I've been lazy to go to the gym, and it's the truth, and I gotta accept it.
Yeah.
Right? It's not because I'm too busy. It's not because this, that. I honestly don't want to go to the gym after work. Right?
Yeah.
But that's why I asked you, how do you keep yourself so disciplined?
It's really, it's like, see yourself as two people. There's Dave 1.0 and there's Dave 2.0, right? And always imagine the 2.0 Dave extremely on point.
Loaded, you know.
My man,
Loaded.
Damn,
By
that's
any
crazy.
means. You just got me excited. Just me thinking about Dave
it, right?
Loaded. Yeah, of course.
So when you imagine the Dave Loaded, you realize that, damn, I have a lot to do.
I'm too far.
I'm too far. But I have to reach him because that's your biggest competition, which is yourself. And that's where the concept me versus me came from. It come from that. It come from that concept of you fighting
That's
with your
fucking
own
crazy.
self. Yeah.
What you're saying right now is actually, you know, like making me like feel,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
oh
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Like,
100%.
yeah, no, you're fucking right.
And the deeper you go with that concept, the deeper you realize that if you really and truly see your 2.0 self and you're like, man, I really want to be better than you, you're gonna wire your brain to fight to be better than that person. So when you're gonna come back home after a big day of work, you're gonna be like, damn, I have time to go to the gym. Am I going to the gym? And you're like, damn, that other version of me is already at the gym, not even thinking about going or not, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm lacking.
I'm lacking because he's already pushing the weight. Like, what am I doing? I'm out there asking myself, too much time wasted. Have to lock it in the gym. And if you don't, you're gonna feel some type of way.
Okay, so
And the
basically
more
it's competition.
Competition with yourself, yeah, exactly. And the more you stack those L's within yourself, the more you're gonna feel like, damn, I'm really bad for what I'm doing. Right. And the more you realize that you're really bad about what you're doing, you realize that in a way, you're a shitty person on yourself. So you end up being like your own opposition, if it makes sense, right? And you don't want to let that opposition win against you, and you don't want to let that miserable version of you as well take over. Because there's another version of you, which is the whole version of you, trying to drag you back. So let's even add that one. So there's 3 people, actually. There's the one you want to be, the one you are today, and the one you were before.
Yeah.
So you have to reach for the best. And if you stay comfortable here, the
other
older
one's
one,
pulling, yeah.
the older one's gonna pull you back slowly but surely.
No, that's
yes,
sick.
you're gonna have a lot of things that the older one didn't have, but the older one's still gonna win because you're never gonna get to the best.
Yeah.
And you don't want to let that leverage happen. Right?
And how often do you imagine that?
Always. I live with that concept.
Like how often do you see the loaded wavy?
Bro,
You know, the crazy wavy.
I'm gonna tell you exactly how I feel sometimes. Right? So, by example, okay, I have an elastic here, right? So, I'm dropping something here. Boom. I'm home, right? I'm dropping this. The first version of me is gonna be like, it's cool. And the other one, which is me comparing myself to the best one, is gonna be like, am I really too lazy to fuck?
to pick it up.
To pick it up and just to put it back, I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
that's me 24/7. 24/7 with little things, bro. I could be in a shower and I got out the shower and then I took the lotion, I drop it and I put it the wrong way and
You
I'm
clean a little bit around your
exactly.
mess.
I'm like, bro, I can't just let it like that. I have to clean it. And it applies with a lot of things. Of course, I'm not perfect, right? But most of the time, that's my number one fight. It's me thinking about the best version and being like, I cannot lose, bro. I cannot. Because I want to be the best as I can.
Yeah.
I have too much things that I want to accomplish. I have too much goals in life. I want a dream physique. Even if I have a good physique, I'm like, nah, I want more. And some people are like, yo, chill, you're good. But the reality is, like you said, it's never enough.
Yeah.
Never.
And that sums up to manifestation, basically.
100%.
Yeah.
Because you have to stand on how you think to make your thinking become your reality, right? So, yeah, 100%, my man.
No, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
pretty
No,
much,
that's
man.
crazy. That's crazy. No, it's
So,
actually very crazy.
You versus you.
Yeah, you versus you.
Yeah.
You know, you just gotta compare yourself and be like, you know, that Dave, the 2.01,
Yeah.
has a shit ton of money,
Yeah.
has a nice car, nice
Yeah.
condo,
Yeah.
you know, a good girl around.
100%.
And then the Dave here basically has nothing. So, yeah, no, you're right.
You have to fight for it.
I never thought about it that way. And that's why, you know, it's good to speak with other people. And that's another thing, you know. Not necessarily you have to speak with successful people.
Yeah.
You can also speak with people that, you know, are not better than you as well.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because you learn from their mistakes as well.
100%.
You know, like that's actually very.
There's a lot of things that I've learned from people that were literally, some people even that were not even close to be where they wanted to be, like really not close, to the point where they were like the lazy person, the person that always give excuses, but to give the best advice, right? So it's more about me as a person, and based on the example that you just said, it's like, it's just being humble, right? To learn from everybody and to pick and to move what makes sense for you. If it doesn't make sense, bro, I don't need it. If it makes sense, oh, it makes sense. It's not gonna play on my ego like, oh, but he's not even doing something that no. I'm gonna put that on the side because the advice is valuable, so I'm gonna take it. I wanna grow. So I don't care about who you are. Once you say something valuable and it can help me and it gives me game, I'm gonna take it and that's it, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you currently have a girlfriend?
No, I don't.
No?
No, I
okay.
don't. Yeah.
But you've had girlfriends.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
What do you have to say about that? What do you have to say about, you know, people that are going through a hard time, you know, through you know, because that hits a man
Yeah,
very
100%.
strongly, you know. I don't know if it hits the same for women. I hope, you know, we're both the same, right?
Yeah, it does the same to women, but for men, in my perspective, it hurts the most. And
Why is that?
now we getting into a,
I mean,
into
bro,
a strong
I told
subject.
you I wanted to ask you questions. I want to learn.
The thing is that, and this is my perspective. I'm gonna keep it like that, just to be sure that you know people don't.
Everybody has
misunderstand
an
me.
opinion.
There you go. It's my opinion. Women love idealistically, and men love realistically. So you know where I'm going with that, right? So when a man gets into a heartbreak, it's a real heartbreak.
Hurts as fuck.
Yeah, because he was really in love for what he had. For the
And
woman,
imagining that girl is gonna go somewhere else, that hits.
100%. And there's that other part for a woman, which is, he's not there no more to give me what I wanted. He was treating me like this, he was treating me like that, he was providing this, he was providing that. It was more about what the man was doing, because if a man don't do nothing, of course, why would you be with him? Logically speaking, right? But for a man, she can do nothing, and you can still love her. You can still love her, and that's how a man think. So based on those simple principles, right? Of course, if there's a heartbreak, the man's gonna finish last, right? Because he's gonna go through it for real. And most of the time, the woman, instead of, you know, going to do the steps that she have to do, which is to create a strong foundation for herself and then to be better, most of them just go on another relationship, in another relationship. Some men too, right? Don't get me wrong for that. It goes in both ways. But yeah, for a man, I feel like it's the hardest, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the hardest, and most men need to understand that once you go through a heartbreak, you have to learn that you have to love yourself. Learn that you have to rely on yourself when it comes on.
You can't be always simping.
Yeah, you can't. You know, because once again, it's my opinion. As a man, you're the prize, right? Because you work a lot to be in the position you are.
Bro, I'm
some
so
women
scared
be on
to
a yacht,
get into that
be on the yacht
conversation
like that.
because some girls are gonna be like, you know, like this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, but it's realistic. You know, how I see things. The girl chooses the man at the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, she says yes or no if she wants to be in a relationship with him. You gotta convince her, right? You gotta show her that you're gonna treat her right, protect her, respect her, all these things, beautiful
100%.
things. But eventually, when you're in a relationship with a woman, you're the one who chooses if you marry her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because men hold key to relationship.
You know? And I mean, that's, you know, men need to know their worth.
Yeah.
I've been noticing a lot of men, you know, if you recognize yourself, listen to this. I've been noticing a lot of men that have been simping, you know, have been chasing, you know, doing things, you know, not the right way. I'm not saying not to chase women. Women are very important.
Yeah.
But there has to be a limit.
Yeah.
Because a lot of my friends, they have girlfriends and they don't necessarily get treated right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In my personal, listen, I'm gonna open up a little bit.
Yeah, let's go.
I don't give a shit what people think. Me, I had a girlfriend. You know, I was going through it very, you know, with my heart and stuff. And can you believe it? I got cheated on. Right?
100%. I feel you.
It doesn't hurt me anymore like that, right? Because that's why I'm talking, right?
I know a lot of men going through it. And
that's why I wanna. That's why I wanna go through this, you know,
Yeah.
because it hits the ego. You know, you're like, damn, like I get her into the car, the nice car, you know.
Yeah.
I get her to restaurants whenever she wants, whatever she wants. I put my business aside for her because I was really doing it. Sales were going low, right? Wasn't answering calls. If you would have called me in those times, maybe I would have been like, Wavy, I'll text you later.
Yeah, 100%.
I want to prioritize my girl, right?
Yeah.
And she still cheated, right? As a man, you gotta understand that, you know, if you think you did the right things, if you think you did it good, you know, sometimes it's not always about you, right? Because girls sometimes they tend to put that onto you, right? They're like, oh, you did this, you didn't do that, you didn't do that, you didn't do that, right? So, what got me out of there, because I was very sad for like a month, 2 months, you know, what got me out of there is just understanding that if you get cheated on, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
You know, if you did good things, if you did the things right, it's not your fault. You know, you gotta give yourself a break, right? You gotta understand that it's not because you're ugly, not because you're, you know, whatever you want. It's because that person genuinely doesn't understand her own feelings. And ever since I got cheated, I started to see people differently. Instead of being like a villain, you know, I started to understand more people. And I even kept communication with that girl to try to, you know, help her out. You know, like she was very sad. And I was like, you know what, you know, do your thing, go to the gym, do your thing, you know, like I want to understand why you did it. You know, like I want to help you go through it and, you know, find eventually the right man and you'll learn from what you did. You know?
To me, yeah.
Exactly. And ever since that, bro, like trust me, I started to see people more for what they actually are, you know? So all that to say, you know, that bad experiences are good things. You know, you can't be afraid of bad things,
It's all
bad
about
experiences,
perspective.
you know? Otherwise, you know, you won't go nowhere.
Yeah.
And I think that you understand what I'm
100%.
telling you,
Yeah.
right?
It's all about perspective, yeah.
Of course. So, I mean, my advice to the people that are listening, right, is focus on yourself.
Wonderful,
You know,
man. Yeah.
give your time to the right people, analyze things, don't rush it. You know, take your time, take it slow. And if something bad happens, it's because it's God's plan. You know, it's part of life, and you gotta just keep on going. Don't get depressed. Don't cry all day. You know, feel the moment.
Yeah.
It's important to address it, to feel it,
Yeah.
to go against it, to you know, to hit it.
100%, yeah.
But that's how you get out of there. You know,
That's it, my man.
some
I'm
men
really
they get
glad
cheated
that
and they
you
just start, you know, fucking around, going out
exactly.
and shit. You know,
lose
you have
their,
to
lose their mind into it, yeah. I've been through it the same, bro, when I was younger. And it really felt the same, you know. It's like it hurts your ego, it hurts yourself. It even makes you ask yourself questions about yourself, thinking that you're not enough, thinking that, oh, maybe everything that I was doing was not even valuable for her, but maybe it was something else, or maybe she saw that the grass was greener out there, what it is, or maybe I did this, and overthinking, and I've been through a depression as well. And my man, it's crazy because, like, literally, I would say 90% of men get cheated on, bro. It's
People
really
don't-
high. It's
yeah.
really high. And even we might even know some people close to us getting cheated on, and they know it, and they accept it because they don't want to leave it. They don't want to leave that relationship. Some men just accept it because they don't want to feel alone.
They don't think they can find better either.
And exactly, they don't see the possibilities, and they don't see that they can actually get something better than that. So, and obviously come back to the point that men love realistically. Sometimes they get delusional.
They're like, oh, she's gonna change, you know,
Yeah.
she's not gonna do it again, this, that, you know. It's not always happy land.
Nah,
What I
not
did
always,
also is, you know, the very close people to me, you know, I told them straight up what happened. At the moment I learned it,
Yeah.
you know, because as a man, you gotta respect yourself, you gotta know your position. And by you telling the close people around you,
Yeah.
even though I'm not a super open person sometimes, makes me not want to be back with that person, because I'm like, it's not how they're gonna see me, my friends, but it's like, you know, I'm not respecting myself
I'm
enough.
not respecting myself enough.
You
That's
know what I mean?
wonderful, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that also helps. I mean, if you have close people around you, your mom, your dad, you know, and you're going through something like this, it's important to, you know, talk about it. You talk to Wavy. I'm pretty sure if you send a DM to Wavy, pretty sure he's gonna answer with some knowledge for sure.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. Thank you, my man.
yeah, Wavy's the guy.
Yeah, thank you, bro. But like, what would be your best advice, Blano,
For what?
for someone that is really in love, but see all the flaws that can lead to something really negative, but still stay in that relationship?
I mean, you're talking about someone that has done little things, like little red flags.
Yeah, that person saw a lot of red flags, and that person understand that these are red flags that can lead to something really negative.
Listen,
So what
yeah.
would be your advice for that?
With that girl in particular, she's an amazing person, by the way. Okay, she's an amazing person. She just was insecure. She even told me that, you know, and she didn't know where she was standing. I saw a lot of flaws before they happened, you know. And my boy that's sitting here right there with me, it's my business partner. He was telling me, bro, there's these flaws. You sure you want to take them? And I was like, you know, as a man, I'm gonna take responsibility of my actions, right? So if you really love a girl, you really like a girl, you see red flags, you know, you kind of have your answer there, right? It's not complete, but you kind of have an idea. You gotta be a man and take responsibility. If you wanna keep on the relationship, you gotta make sure to be able to, you know, take the L as well.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and you gotta confront it, and you gotta be prepared. Don't stop loving. Always love. Don't start treating your girl differently now because I'm saying this, right? But definitely, you know, be ready to, you know, to take responsibility of a hit like that.
You know what's beautiful? The perfect sentence is, be ready to confront the reality.
Yeah.
Crazy, my man. Because it comes back to what we were talking about, which is people really confronting and facing the reality. Because if you see red flags, it's because there's red flags. And if you see that
because it
there's
is
red
what it
flags,
is.
it's because
It is what it is, you know?
Right? So you have to be, you know, balanced enough and sure enough about yourself and confident enough to be like, there's red flags. I'm not trying to stay there. I have to do something to get out of this. So
Yeah, I mean,
facing the
you know,
reality.
you can't be that dumb, right?
Yeah.
If your girl doesn't answer you for 2 days because she was sleeping or whatever,
yeah.
bro, like, come on.
Yeah.
Right? You leave her right there because, you know, that's just, no girl does that.
No.
In 2026, everybody has a phone,
Yeah.
right?
100%.
That's just how I think. But that's also an interesting point, you know? Most of the people, they don't want to confront reality. And, you know, some people, when I talk to them and stuff, and they ask me a question that is very sensitive, the first thing I ask them is, You want me to tell you the truth or you want me to lie to you?
Oh my God, I say the same.
No way.
I say the same.
No way.
100%.
Yeah,
That's
how you start,
Always.
you know? You want me to tell you the truth or you want me to, you know?
To lie to you, yeah.
Exactly. And some people, like, they're like, whoa.
Yeah, they're like, whoa.
What do I say now?
Yeah.
You know? And nobody has ever told me to lie to them, right?
Exactly.
And then when I start saying the truth, you know, they make faces.
They make, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But you know, people, I think they're not living the reality sometimes, and it's important that, you know, when you have people around you that you care and you love about, and you care about and you love, you just gotta always be straight up, you know. You just gotta always basically say the truth.
Yeah.
You know. I'm not saying I always say the truth. You know,
Yeah,
it's impossible to always say the truth.
Yeah.
We're not perfect.
We're not perfect.
But as long as you keep trying and you correct yourself, that's what matters.
Right. Yeah, you'll be alright.
Pretty sure it's the same for you, Wavy.
Yeah, it is, my man. It is, bro.
It's very easy to lie. It's very hard to say the truth. But once you lie once, then you have to create another life for your life. And then another life for your life, and it becomes so easy, you know? So
Exactly.
just say the truth and fuck it.
Say the truth and fuck it.
Yeah, be honest.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, that's a really interesting subject when it comes to like man and woman relationship and stuff like that, because everybody go through it. And even for women, sometimes it's like, you know, they're in a relationship with men that don't do things for them, they don't do nothing for them and stuff like that. So we have to think about women as well, you know.
No, of course. Yeah.
Right? I'm just talking about like both sides of the coin.
Of course. So, some women get mistreated.
Yeah.
Some women get cheated on as well.
Exactly.
Happens a lot.
A lot.
I don't know which happens more than which, but it's not a competition at the end of the day.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you know, same thing for a woman. You know, if you love your man and you see red flags, address it. And if that man doesn't change, that's another thing. The right man will change for the right woman.
100%.
If that man doesn't change for you, what do you want me to tell you? You do, right?
You have to work on yourself more, or he's not the good one.
He's not the good one, maybe. But everything comes with time, with patience, and manifesting, you know, manifesting is important.
Really important.
Putting the work is important, and, you know, as a believer, I say that putting everything in God's hands as well is very important, you know.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to speak about God in here? Or?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
We talk about everything out there, man.
Of course, that's me, you know.
Yeah.
And you do whatever you want with it.
So, like you said, you know, you talked about God. What is your relationship spiritually with the universe, with God?
God to me is the universe.
Okay.
You know, God to me is everything. Without Him, there's nothing. He gives, He takes. And that's the scariest part.
Yeah, that's the scariest
You know?
part.
Because you never know when He's going to take.
100%.
But not because He takes that it means it's bad. Right?
Exactly.
And obviously I'm not, you know, I'm not like the most, you know, how do we say, like, nobody understands how it works. Nobody understands anything about it. You just got to trust it.
Exactly.
But I think that believing in God is very important. You do you at the end of the day. This is not, you know, this is my opinion. It's not even advice.
100%.
But without Him, I couldn't have reached the level I am in right now. And I'm not saying that I'll be here all the time. Maybe I'll go down, maybe I'll go up. You know. But whatever happens is, for example, I had a friend. He believes in God. Always talks to me about God and stuff. He also sells watches.
Okay.
God forbid it happens to anybody, right?
Yeah.
But he got robbed. His whole inventory, an inventory that wasn't even his.
Holy.
Yeah.
Ouch.
And when I asked him, a lot of money, I'm not gonna say the number, but just an incredible amount of money. And when I told him, bro, like, why? You know, why did this happen to you? He's like, because it had to happen to me. He's like, but God has a different plan for me, and I'm trusting His process. I'm very sad, but I'll just trust it. I don't understand, right? So I'm not gonna judge.
Yeah.
And now, fuck, bro. I think in 2 years,
2 years.
he's one of the biggest dealers in Canada.
Holy. Damn.
And he's gonna watch this video and he's gonna smile, because he's my very good friend.
Yeah.
You know?
Damn.
Yeah. So look, You know, now he's driving nice cars, he's enjoying his life, having nice watches, a beautiful wife, and his life changed. God had a better plan for him. And he always told me, you know, you never know who you really are until you lose everything.
100%.
You know, when you hit rock bottom,
that's the humility. Humility?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. When you touch the bottom end.
So God is perfect, and I mean, nothing can be achieved without Him.
Yeah. 100%, man.
Yeah. Do you pray often?
Yeah. Pretty often. I mean, every morning, bro. I'm a really spiritual person. You know, I'm really tapped in spiritually, so I always make sure to stay ahead on myself. And what I mean by that is that I always make sure to not neglect my spirituality, because it's a part of me, right? As human being, we're energy. And if you're not connected spiritually with your energy that is inside of you, obviously you're never gonna be the person that you want to be, and you're never gonna pull the energy that you need to fulfill your day. And also for me as a life coach, you know, it's like I have to like deal with people's problem every day. So it's like it gets like draining at the end of the day. So I have to fulfill myself and then to go back on the field and then to help other people, right? So yeah, I do pray often.
Two questions for you.
Yeah.
Very important questions.
Let's go, my man.
How do you deal with people that talk to you and ask you advices and stuff that you coach that probably don't believe in God? That's the first question. And second question, because you gotta respect everybody's opinion.
100%.
You know,
Yeah.
if you don't believe in God, it doesn't mean you're bad.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So, and the second thing is, how do you introduce people that want to know about God? Because a lot of people, you know, they're losing it and they don't even know
100%.
anything about it, right?
Yeah.
And they don't even know where to start, and they want to start.
Okay, so my first question will be, who are you associating God with? With what are you associating God with? Is it a religion, or it's more of your connection with God? That's my first question for you.
Oh, for me?
Yeah, for you.
God has nothing to do with the religion,
Okay.
for me.
Okay, so we're on the same wavelength. That's exactly where I'm going. Is that most people come to me and they're like, you know, I've been praying for years and stuff like that, and I see you, Wavy. You're not even like a religious person, and things are going pretty well for you. We're not even talking about the material world, spiritual world, right? Your energy when you walk in the room and what like people feel from you, your aura, it's like it's so positive, it's so good, it's so strong, and you're not even a religious person. How? And I'm like, because I'm tapped in spiritually. My connection with God, the energy, and also for me personally, my spirituality is with my ancestors. So I'm connected with my ancestors. So for me, it's really logical to pull that energy from my ancestors to keep going, because it's a part of me. So when people come to me and they're like, yo, how do you do it? And I explain them, and they're like, oh, but if you're not religious, then how do you want to go in paradise or to hell and stuff like that? I'm like, this is a concept that has been created by a man.
Yeah.
A man created that concept, because nobody knows what's afterlife. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows anything, actually.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
So when it comes to like following a book, following a concept that has been created by someone, for me, it doesn't make sense. So I'm like, okay, so if you really want to understand what I'm living, you have to connect yourself to yourself. And connecting yourself to yourself will make you see things differently. Because now you're going to see life the real way. Because energy is life. You know quantum physics? You know what it is?
I've heard,
Physical
but it looks too complicated.
Okay, I'm gonna put it really simple for you, my man. It's like the deeper of the deeper of the deeper. So let's say the wall. Behind the wall, there's woods. Behind the woods, there's other things. And the deeper you go, you realize that there's atoms. And in English, that's atoms, right?
Yeah.
There's atoms. So there's atoms, and then the deeper you go, there's other chemicals and other.
The more you search, the more you.
The deeper you go, there's chemicals. And then after that, the only thing that has left after there's nothing, is energy. That's the last thing in everything around us. So logically speaking, energy is real. So if energy is real, then if you connect yourself spiritually and you prioritize energy and your energy and connect both, you align yourself with what makes sense for you, logically speaking.
But what do you mean about religion? Religion, what do you mean exactly? Like stepping a foot into church?
Yeah.
You know?
Foot into church.
You know, reading the Bible completely, you know.
Quran for Muslim people.
Yeah,
and stuff
Quran,
like that.
Torah.
Exactly. That is religion, right?
Okay.
But yeah, like I was saying about, you know, me being connected spiritually, it's like, it's me being connected with my ancestors. So
you're being in a room, you know, you're alone in your thoughts.
Exactly.
You know, having a conversation.
With spirits. For myself, that's how it is. I'm talking to my spirits. I'm talking to my energy. I'm talking to my ancestors.
And to yourself.
Because they're inside of me, right? Like everybody.
Yeah.
So basically, connecting to them, which is a part of me, it's more logical to connect with them than to connect with a religion, a concept that has been created. So when I explain them that, the first reaction is, oh shit, but I'm like, are you afraid or something? They're like, it's not that I'm afraid, but like it's weird. Like how it's really
Sounds
weird.
crazy.
Sounds crazy, sounds unnormal.
Impossible, yeah.
Right, how can it be logical for you to speak with a spirit or to speak with an energy, an entity? It doesn't make sense. And I'm like, it's realistic because it's energy. So it comes back to the quantum physique that I told you. The only thing that has left after everything is energy. So logically speaking, you're talking to something that is real. It goes back to the point of like something that is real. So I'm like, what are you preaching? I'm preaching God. Who is God for you? God is the Savior. God is this and that. Like, okay, who is God? The Creator. The Creator. Who's the Creator?
Everything. God is everything.
Right, but their answers most of the time is not that. For them, it's a person.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's getting misunderstood, you know, the concept of believing in something, but having expectation from this thing that you believe. It has to be logical, it has to be really concrete, right? Because if it's not, it's just like you putting your energy on something that is not concrete. So how would you be able to get result from something that you can't even explain? It's not even logical.
What would be a step for the people that don't know on how to get to know God, basically? You know, I'm pretty sure you come from. Do you come from believers? A family. Your family was believers. Yeah. 100%. So it's pretty easy for us. You know, most of the people won't understand shit of what you just said, right?
Yeah,
for me, it's pretty
100%.
easy because I come from, you know, my whole family.
Yeah.
They believe, but for the people that don't know anything. What's the first step? Do they go to a church? Do they go to the church next door? What do they do?
I would never advise someone to go to the church or to go in a religion, like I said. You know?
But the people that want to know, the people that want to know God or get to know God or whatever.
I would say the first thing is to connect yourself to yourself. And what I mean by that is that you have to meditate. You have to ask yourself the real questions to get the real answers, right? And the real answers and the real questions, and you have to go back on where you're from to know where you're going. And when asking where you're from, you have to go back.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, you have to
that
go
is
back
very
to the
interesting.
roots.
Yeah.
And the roots, there was no religion. That's my point. It's like the roots show you that they were like more meaning and deeper and explainable things that was really easy to understand because it's energy.
First of all, I think you gotta know why you want to be there. First of all,
100%.
right? You don't just do things for fun.
Exactly.
You know, why do I want to get to meet God? Why do I want to get there? What's happening in my life? That's exactly what you were saying. Ask yourself questions.
Yeah.
Why do I feel sad at night? Why do I feel lonely? You know, why this? Why that?
Yeah.
The more you ask yourself questions, and the more you try to understand yourself, the more you're gonna get answers.
Yeah.
Because my dad always told me, if you don't knock the door, nobody's gonna open. You could be in front of my door all day. I'm not gonna see. Well, I'm gonna see you because I have cameras.
Yeah.
But if I didn't have cameras, I wouldn't know you're there until you knock, right? So that's something very interesting. You know.
100%.
You gotta know why you want to do things. You gotta know, you know, what's happening with yourself. You know, what pushes you to seek. You know, and I think that it's very important to speak with someone that is already, you know, connected in a way.
Exactly.
Right?
100%.
So again, for the people that you know that don't know where to start, there's Wavy that can always try to help.
I mean, I'll do
You know,
my truly best.
we're not perfect.
Exactly,
But, you know,
exactly. I'll do my truly
there's
best.
me as
that I
well.
really
You know,
do.
I sometimes answer, I sometimes can't. You know, I'm very busy as well. But he's the coach. So I think that he's the perfect, you know,
I mean, I'm not the perfect, like you said.
No, not the
but
perfect, but
yeah.
somebody that's gonna, you know, help in a
Help
way.
you, yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
if he doesn't know an answer, I'm pretty sure that he's gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my truly best to drag an answer from the universe, my man.
Yeah, something, you know.
100%.
Exactly.
I'll do something. I'll do my truly best to
course.
make something out of it. Yeah.
I'm very excited to see how this is gonna come up, my haircut.
Yeah. You're gonna love it, my man.
Damn, this is the
Trust me.
first time I'm doing this type of haircut,
Yeah.
and I don't know.
No, it's gonna be really cool. But I also love the conversation that we have right now because it's gonna bring a lot of awareness in people's lives, you know, because the real problem that everybody have as human being is a spiritual problem. Since you're a jeweler, right? And you're you're planning to start that new business of jewelry and also selling watches and stuff like that. What is your passion behind selling watches and being a jeweler?
As
What
I
is your
said,
passion?
about the watches is getting to meet people, you know. And I don't want to sound rude, but in life you gotta filter a lot.
Yeah.
So getting to know the right people, you know what I mean?
100%.
That are gonna
100%.
probably bring you, you know, further, and helping them out, you know, to get a nice watch for a good price, a fair price. You know, I'm always trying to be fair, competitive, and understanding. You know, because I don't bash nobody, but there's sometimes huge margins on watches, and sometimes there's not. You know, so I just want to be fair. I want to try to make it happen for the people that really want to watch, because I was once in that situation that I wanted a nice watch. And overall, you know, you want to put your money somewhere that stays, you know, well invested, well kept, right? And for the
100%.
jewelry, it's more of a personal thing. You know, my mom loves jewelry, and unfortunately, there's not, you know, nice, affordable jewelry that is worth it, right? Most of the jewelry that are on the market is garbage. It's pure garbage, you know.
Okay, yeah.
Not good quality, not good finishing. So I want to up it up a little bit, you know.
When you said up it up a little bit, what is the style of jewelries that you want to do?
You know, I want to go for something that, like, original, you know, like that nobody really does, right? We've seen the same type of eternity rings. We've seen the same type of wedding bands. It's getting boring, right? Engagement rings.
100%.
It's boring. I want to do something more specific, you know, something more, how do we say this? Creative. Put a little bit more of mind into it.
Yeah.
Which is something that I think jewelry should be very special. When you think about it, bro, like,
It is special. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a jewelry.
but some people just see it as a business and they do, like, you know, like shitty things, right? So I just want to do nice things. I just want to do nice things for a good price, and that will last forever. That's the most important thing. You know, I think people have forgotten that things should last forever. You know,
100%.
it became like too, like, oh yeah, it broke. Okay, I'll just melt it and buy something else. No, it should
Yeah.
last forever. You should. Back in the times, you know, for example, my grandpa, he gave me, because back in the times things were made better, right? My grandpa, he gave me a bracelet that I can, with all confidence, now that I know about jewelry, with all confidence I can say that I can give it to my son in the future. And with all confidence I can probably say that if my son takes care of it, he can give it to his son. You know what I mean?
100%.
But nowadays things are not made to last, and it's understandable. Gold is always going up. You know, it's becoming very expensive. But there's other materials too that can be used, you know?
100%.
So yeah, that's why I want to bring the business. I want to up it up a little bit.
Sounds really
What
great,
about
man.
you?
My passion.
Yeah, like your passion, you know, I know you like to speak with people, get to know people. Obviously, you know, you like to make people look fresh.
100%.
Are you planning on, you know, opening, how do we say this? Like, maybe like an office or something related to, you know, having face-to-face conversations with
Yeah.
people, not specifically about haircuts or stuff, right?
Coaching.
Actually sitting down in an amazing, beautiful, comfortable sofa couch
Yep.
in a specific place, you know, and speak about things.
It's really interesting that you talk about that. Is not even a future project, a present project, right? because I had an office nearby the IKEA on Cavendish.
Yeah.
But that place was not the style that I wanted to be. You know, I wanted something really luxury, like luxury. Something like people come and they're like, okay, I'm coming for actually a session of life-changing. And it's not like a basic place. It's a bougie place, right? I want people to feel valued.
To feel good.
Yeah, to feel good.
To know that they deserve things.
Exactly, bro. Yeah.
I'm very excited to know where this haircut is going. I can already feel like I have more volume.
Yeah.
You know, more towards the middle. You know,
the fact that we did the fade on the side, it puts a lot of emphasis on your hair.
You know, I'm a very secure person, but when it's decisions like this where my image is affected, basically, you know, I asked so many people around me if I should do this, like a mullet vibe, you know, and they were all like, no, bro, no, you're gonna look ugly.
What was their point?
They just said that it's not the vibe, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it for the fuck of it, you know, because I'm like, bro, you tell me it's not good, but I think it's good, you know.
So you make the vibe. It's not about is it the vibe or not. It's about what are you gonna do with that.
Yeah, you make it happen, and you make it happen.
Exactly.
Yeah. So now maybe some of my friends are gonna be like, "Fuck, he actually did it." You know? This guy doesn't give a fuck about opinions.
And it looks really good on you, my man.
Thank you, appreciate it, bro.
So I'm gonna put you some good product on top from level 3. It's a good product.
What's level 3?
Level 3 is a company from the States, right? They have, they have everything, bro. They have actually the only thing that they don't have is clippers. But they have
looks
every
sophisticated
product.
with the name.
Yeah,
3.
really.
I was like, what the fuck? This guy's putting me some crazy, you know?
There's a product. So level 3 to disinfect the clippers, to disinfect the client. The gel, level 3.
Does it have a smell?
Yeah, of course.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah,
shit,
it smells really good. So that one is like a gel, but it's not a gel. It's more of a moisturizer. So it's gonna keep your hair like kind of wet. When people is gonna see your hair, it's not gonna be like stiff like a gel, but it's gonna keep the look of like.
As an expert,
like
I have a question.
Water.
I have a question as an expert. A lot of people have been telling me to put gel on my hair. It's something I don't do. You know? What's your thought about that?
I would not consider gel. The reason why is because gel is hard. Gel will kill your hair. Depend on the gel for sure, but I will more go with a moisturizer or a gel moisturizer.
What's a moisturizer?
Moisturizer is to moisturize your hair, so it's gonna keep your hair like wet. It's like you know when you wet your hair?
Yeah.
It's like it takes that shape, right?
Like a natural vibe, you know?
Yeah, like you just out of the shower. Okay. Out of the shower vibe, right? But when you put the moisturizer, it's gonna stay like that because of the product.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have some?
I mean, that one is like a moisturizer. So you see the hold level, they say 3. Nah, it's not a 3 because I always use it and I can tell. It's not gonna make your hair hard. It's gonna make your hair like wet, but they're gonna stay in place. Yeah, so I would say that one is a good one.
Quick question. When you touch it, is it going to be hard? Like,
no, that's my point. It's not supposed to be hard. I don't know with the cold. Right, I don't know with the cold. But it's not going to be hard. It's just going to be moisturized and in place. You know, so
crazy.
Yeah, it's a good way to like put some volume on the back, right?
I never felt so confident of a haircut.
And you don't even see it.
Even he's smiling about it.
100%.
Both of you guys, you have a big smile on the face. Oh, damn. Maybe you're gonna take me some pictures after, some nice shots.
Oh yeah.
You know, new profile pic.
New profile pic. We love that.
And overall, you know, what are your goals? So everything, you know, in general, your goals for 2026.
2026 goal, you know, really focus on the coaching, really focus on the Wavyworld platform.
Wavyworld.
Yeah, the Wavyworld platform.
WW.
Yeah, WW, exactly. It's a W. It's a dub. So really focus on my platform of the Wavyworld. You know, I really see myself with a huge community of people wanting to be their best version and to organize events like I did 2 times. I did an event last year. Yeah,
Crazy.
That was really, really nice. So just to put you into perspective, it's like me in front, everybody is sit, and I talk about real life problem like we talk about, you know, traumas and stuff like that. And I pass the microphone to people and they talk, they explain their experiences and also their blockage. And I give them advices. And if someone has an advices for that person, I pass the mic to the other person. So they end up in a crowd, connected and giving advice to each other.
Crazy.
And it creates an environment of healing. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I want this, but extremely big, having that community of people following me all around, all along the journey of becoming better person.
growing with you, and I would
Yeah.
love to be part of your next event,
Yeah,
not as
appreciate it.
somebody that wants to talk,
Yeah,
as somebody that wants to listen.
I love it.
You know, because you
Appreciate
never
it,
have
man.
enough to learn,
No,
right?
never.
And I would
Yeah.
really like to see you. Obviously, now you know we're having a normal conversation as friends, because I
Yeah.
consider you now
Yeah,
a friend.
My
right?
hands
no
are
problem.
kinda-
I consider you now a friend,
100%,
right?
100%.
But you know, like I'm pretty sure that when it's time to locking, actually changing lives and changing people,
Yeah.
I think it's a way different thing.
Yeah.
You know, like I have a little bit of knowledge. You have a little
No,
bit
you
of
have a
knowledge.
lot of knowledge,
You
I
know,
can
but
tell.
some people are really lost, and some people really need help. And I think that that's a very good thing you're doing. And
Thank you,
obviously, as a Christian, as somebody
Yeah.
that believes,
Yeah.
you know, God will reward you
100%.
and multiply whatever needs to
you,
be
man.
multiplied, right?
Appreciate you.
So I think that you know you're doing great.
Appreciate it,
I'm
man.
very excited to see where you are by the end of the year.
Man.
You know,
Really,
And,
really far, man.
Hopefully,
We're
we
gonna do what we
go.
have to
As I
do.
told you, we have to go to the gym. We have to eat.
Yeah,
have
we're
to do
gonna
a few
lock in on
things.
everything we have to lock in because I can feel, you know, that there's a lot of things waiting for us, my man. A lot.
Yeah.
A lot of things, yeah. A lot.
Yeah.
But what about you? What is your plan for 2025?
Just growing
2026
the
rather?
business, you know, having more people that I can support. You know, by that I mean, you know, I don't want to say staff or employees. You know, like you know, everybody you know knows what they do, right? So nobody, in my opinion, should feel under, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So just having more people that can take care of the clients, which is very important because we're bombarded with messages, and sometimes it's very hard to keep up. You know. Growing the office, having a nicer spot for the clients. Like
Yeah.
you said, clients must feel that they comfortable, you know, they must feel very happy to come, you know, and helping people getting their watches, you
Yeah.
know, helping people getting good deals on that, being fair with the jewelry, you know, making things happen as well. Those are my goals for now.
Great.
Being a better person,
I love it.
obviously, very important to always come back to yourself,
Yeah.
and you know, eventually, you know, just overall doing good things.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
it, man.
I don't want to mention the gym.
Yeah.
You know, I don't
Yeah.
want to mention the gym that much because it's not something right now that's in my head. Because if I mention it, I'll have to do it.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna
I
text
feel
me in
you,
a few
but
days.
I
Hey,
mean-
did you start the gym? So I don't want to mention that.
You comment for yourself.
But
you know?
eating healthier.
Yeah.
Eating healthier, at least that's gonna help. Having a healthier lifestyle. It's in my notes. So yeah, just overall, you know, those goals are very important. You know.
Great, man. I love it, my man.
Yeah.
So we locked in, Bill. 2026.
Is this?
Yeah. I'm gonna
is this
show you.
ready?
I'm gonna show you your haircut.
I'm
right
very
now.
excited to know.
Let's make it happen.
Oh, you have a mirror with you.
100%. Let me even like.
This guy is making suspense. Fuck, I look like a fucking baller, bro. Right now, I look like I don't give a fuck. Bro, driving in the fucking Porsche that I'm Gold watch, the whole thing.
We love that.
Shit.
There you go, my man.
Thank you, my brother.
Yo, you're
I
welcome.
appreciate it a lot.
More than welcome.
I'm
man.
actually very fucking satisfied with this.
Let's go.
I really look like I don't give a fuck, you know? That's what I want mostly, you know, like...
I'll put you that little spray. It smells even way better.
yeah, of
There
course.
you go.
I look like you can't fuck with me right now, you know?
I mean, they can't. They can't.
Yeah. That's when you get a haircut. That's what I think it feels like. You know, confident. You know,
Confidence,
you feel
bro.
confident,
Yeah.
and you know now I'm gonna be closing more deals.
Yeah, 100%. It's a part of it.
Good for the business too.
Yeah. Come out there with a better look, and people respect you even more.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it a
You're
lot.
welcome, my man.
Thank you, bro. So if you guys,
Yeah.
need advice,
We do what we gotta
I'm
do.
saying, text, Wavy. He's
Appreciate
gonna
you, man.
answer. If he doesn't answer, text me, and then I'm gonna tell him to answer. As
Appreciate
simple
you,
as
my
that.
man. Let's go.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate
The
it.
Wavyworld. Thank you, family, for watching. See y'all on the next video.